Hi, I'm just wanting to, I suppose, tell a bit of my story. So I've come to St George's since I was 8 years old, but only became a Christian at age 16 when I was in the middle of doing my O-levels. I really felt the power of prayer at that time, and people supporting me whilst I took those exams. Two Bible verses that have been important to me as I negotiate life have been Ephesians 5 verse 10, which says, "Live life as children of light and find out what pleases the Lord." This was a verse which we studied during a weekend away with Community Church, and it stayed with me through good and bad times. I worked for many years as a child protection social worker and would often reach the end of the week not wanting to speak to anyone and feeling drained. This verse was a reminder of the importance of seizing every opportunity and spending days off with friends, going for walks, spending time doing things you enjoy, and using days off to refresh and recuperate. Another verse that has been an encouragement for me is John 1 verse 5. "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it." I was upset in church one day, and someone came alongside me and prayed over me and spoke these words. I'd been looking for a change of job and was applying for different ones and feeling like I would never get a new one. Then COVID happened, and suddenly there was a different way of life for a while. I was grateful that I could still work from my office, as living on my own, it would have felt completely isolated during that time. I was grateful when we could meet others in public places again. I discovered areas of Leeds I'd never been to before on different walks with different friends. My mum during this time had a fall and moved into a care home due to illness. It was a difficult time for my family, particularly for my dad, as he had to book visits to see her due to the restrictions. It was difficult to communicate outside of visiting, as my mum's voice was getting weaker due to illness. In January 2022, she was admitted to hospital and died there in June 2022. I went off sick from work during this time, as daily hospital visits took their toll. I was struck by the staff who cared for my mum during this time. Following her death, which felt like a release for her, as she was at peace from the struggles of the previous years, I felt a sense of release too. I spent some time applying for jobs and was successful in securing a job as a ward clerk at St James's Hospital. This has been life-changing for me, and I felt like both of the verses, Ephesians 5 verse 10, "Live life as children of the light and find out what pleases the Lord," and John 1 verse 5, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it." I feel released to live each of these verses out more each day. I feel freer and have more confidence in sharing my faith. I always felt restricted in my old job. I'm happier and feel back to my old self. I'm finding that I'm enjoying life and living it to the full, whilst continuing to work out each day what pleases the Lord. Reflecting on my journey as I prepared for today has helped me to see that Jesus has walked with me during the highs and lows and does continue to have a plan for my life.